This is Dabu7. You were looking at live footage here of Chris Brown's home in Tarzana, California, where it is surrounded by LAPD. They have entered the home and they are interviewing people that they are taking out. Now, let me make sure that the audio is okay here. PD. They have entered the home and they are interviewing people that they are taking out. All right. Give me a moment here to get everything set up. They're saying that at this moment, a woman is alleging that Chris Brown pointed a gun at her as she was leaving his estate. This is when cops swarmed the scene. He has apparently thrown a duffel bag out the window that had drugs and weapons in it. And he has made several statements on social media as to the cops being at his home, that they'll need a search warrant to come in and do anything. And you were looking at aerial shots here of investigators interviewing people that are leaving his home. They're saying that they're going to do a full sweep on the area. They're also stating that they are in talks with Chris Brown to get him to come out of the house and to give himself up pretty much. But a lot of people were here. Apparently this woman made the accusation that he pointed a gun at her. There's been statements made by other people like Ray J that say that they were at his home and all this stuff. Chris Brown has a history of getting into some trouble. Whether or not he's done anything here is yet to be seen. Sometimes with stars, you'll have people create events and things to try to make a buck. And sometimes you have people that make bad decisions. And at this point, we're really just waiting to see what happens. This has been ongoing since, I think, 3 a.m. Investigators still on the scene, and Chris Brown just not giving up at this point. Now, this is an aerial shot that you guys can see here. I'm going to check for some updates here, so give me a moment. Now, this transmission is also serving as a test here. I am X-splitting over here to this channel. I will be covering here in about an hour and a half the Trump rally out of Everett, Washington. We're going to have a man on the ground at that Trump rally just in case anything happens. I'm also going to be covering the Trump rally in Wilmington, Ohio this Thursday. As of right now, guys, this has really been a day-long thing. I really thought at this point it would have ended, but there's been statements made, and I'll try to run some clips here real quick from him.
How old is it gonna be? Come on, my nigga, I'm tired of this shit. Barricaded myself in my house. Have you seen my house? I'm gonna barricade myself in the palace. I'm not coming out. For what? I ain't did shit. I ain't gonna do shit. And it's always gonna be fuck the police. Black Lives Matter, nigga. I don't care. Y'all gonna stop playing with me like I'm the villain out here, like I'm going crazy. I'm not. You guys got me fucked up though. So good luck. When you get the warrant or whatever you need to do, you gonna walk right up in here and you gonna see nothing. You idiots. I'm tired of fucking dealing with y'all. Y'all the worst gang in the world, the police. And I said it. Fuck you.
All right, so there's a taste of one of the posts that he had put out. Let's see if we can get this one.
So I'm asleep half the damn night. I just wake up. All these motherfucking helicopter choppers is around. Police out there at the gate. Come on, my nigga. What the fuck else do y'all want from me, bro? I stay out of the way, take care of my daughter, do work. I don't even fuck ugly bitches, trifling bitches, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not on that, bro. I'm way too tired and I want to be dealing with this bullshit. Y'all, every 3 months y'all got tired of me, right? It gotta be. Every 3 months y'all come up with something, bro. What is it? What's gonna be next? I'm gonna fart an elephant? Come on, my nigga. But at the same time, when I call the police for stalker people that are endangering my life, they don't come to the next day. Let somebody make a fucked up allegation about me, and oh yeah, the whole fucking SWAT team. My nigga, I'm innocent. Fuck everybody. I'm tired of hearing this shit. So I'm asleep half the damn night.
All right. So you guys can see there some of the statements released by him on social media. Once again, we're back at a live shot outside of his house in Tarzana, California, where many people have been interviewed. They're trying to talk to him and get him to come out of the house, and he's pretty much refusing. He's saying that he's not going to do so, and it's just kind of at a standstill at this moment. Now, if there's any major change in this whole thing, it's going to be that he leaves the house and he leaves in police custody, or something crazy happens. I would like to think at this point, as long as it's been going on, that it would end peacefully. But then again, it's really all on Chris Brown at this point. Like I said, him and others feel like these are false allegations that just allow the police to show up and search his whole compound, which in reality you got to pay attention to. Now, I want to point something out. The gun laws have changed in California here in the past few months to where now someone can call up and snitch someone out and say that they fear for their life. Doesn't matter what the circumstances. It could be a lie. And the police will go to these people's residence, take their gun, strip their rights away until they do a thorough investigation, and then say, all right, now we deem you safe. You have to pay attention to all that. Now, at this point, like I said, it's apparently an allegation of a woman by the gate of the estate saying that he pointed a gun. And this has been ongoing ever since 3 a.m. So investigators, LAPD, is what they had said earlier, had been out the home. And it's a pretty big property here for them to be scouring. You can see the cars and four-wheelers and everything parked outside. Chris, at this point, feels that every few months they try to peg him on something, and that this is along the lines of that same stuff, that it's a setup, false accusation, and it gives them a right to storm his home and all that. Now, what's interesting is that he threw a bag out the window. Now, if that had happened and it had weapons and drugs in it, I mean, right there's charges. He has to know that they're going to try and charge him with that. And that in itself is reason enough for them to not leave, because I'm sure he's going to be like, all right, you guys swept the whole house. You've got everything you wanted. Just leave me alone. And I don't think it's going to go down like that. And like I said, he has a history of causing trouble and being in trouble, things of that nature. But as far as this situation goes, that's it with the details of the police surrounding the home here, all off of the allegations from this woman. So, I've been patiently waiting just to see, what we're going to witness here. Is he going to come out peacefully? Something dramatic going to happen here? I hope not. Give me a moment here. I'm going to check for some updates.
Once we talk to the victim and witnesses, we can tell you more.
Have officers had any?
From what I understand, there's currently no SWAT team here, and the investigation is just being transitioned to robbery homicide, where they're going to determine what's going to go from here on. From what I understand, there's currently no SWAT team here, and the investigation is just being transitioned to robbery homicide, where they're going to determine what's going to go from here on. I have no idea. The detectives are going to make that contact or try to talk to Mr. Brown or any representatives that may be involved with Mr. Brown.
Has he been uncooperative? My understanding is that he refused to talk to anyone, said get a search warrant. Is that true? Do we know?
Say your question again, sir?
That basically he refused to cooperate, said if you want to come in here and get a search warrant. Is that true?
I have no knowledge of that. There are reports there may be additional people in the residence, but we have to confirm that. We don't have that information not being said. But thank you very much. I'm trying to provide you guys.
What the 911 call actually said when they called LAPD?
All I heard was the radio call came out of the woman requiring assistance.
Where did they take the girls? Do you have the age? Do you know her age?
I do not know her age or name at this time. But thank you very much. I'll provide you guys over to Robbery Homicide Division. Robbery Homicide Division will now take over this investigation. They still have to interview the victim and any potential witnesses that may be involved with this incident that occurred at Mr. Brown's house. So until we get to discuss that incident with those victims, or with the victim or the witnesses, we'll be able to give you better information at a later time and date. So at this point, that's all we have at this time, and I should try to give you guys some more information shortly as soon as the information comes available to us.
Are you able to say at all if a weapon was involved?
What was your question?
If a weapon was involved, do you know if you had at least a report of a weapon being involved?
Right now, it's still ongoing. We still have to determine what actually occurred until we can talk to the victim and any witnesses.
But we understand that.
Hold on. Let me go ahead.
Was the call made from his home or outside
It's my understanding the call came from outside the residence.
And Lieutenant, we understand the call was at someone pointing a gun at her, at the person. Can you tell us?
This is still being investigated. Like I said, we're in the process of transitioning this investigation to robbery homicide. West Valley is now going to be giving the case over to robbery homicide. And once we talk to the victim and witnesses, we can tell you more.
Have officers had any?
From what I understand, there's currently no SWAT team here, and the investigation is just being transitioned to robbery homicide, where they're going to determine what's going to go from here on. I have no knowledge of that at this time.
Have you guys spoken to Chris at all?
The detectives are trying to make contact with Mr. Brown.
That's still underway right now.
When you say contact, I mean, are you spoken with him through the door? Are you trying to call him on the phone? What does that mean?
I have no idea. The detectives are going to make that contact or try to talk to Mr. Brown or any representatives that may be involved with Mr. Brown.
Has he been uncooperative? My understanding is that he refused to talk to anyone, said get a search warrant. Is that true? Do we know?
Say your question again, sir?
That basically he refused to cooperate, said if you want to come in here and get a search warrant. Is that true?
I have no knowledge of that. There are reports there may be additional people in the residence, but we have to confirm that. We don't really have that information. Not me.
So that is an update there from the chief. You guys can see that this is ongoing. He pretty much summed up all the details right there. Not sure what was happening there with the feed, but if we lose it and it goes out, I want folks to know that I will be live in about an hour around 6:30, 7 o'clock. Going to be live streaming the Trump rally from Everett, Washington. We'll have a man on the ground there. It's in Cannon's backyard, and he's going to be on the ground streaming, and I'm going to screencast it over here to 777. I'm also going to be live streaming the Trump rally in Wilmington, Ohio this Thursday, and that starts at noon. So keep that in mind here in the coming days. At least this provides for a decent chat for everyone there to talk about something going on here with Chris Brown, whether you love him or hate him. This is the situation that he's in at his home in California. It looks to be a lot of the same people walking back and forth, in and out, kind of freely. I'm seeing masks on the faces of some of these people. So at this point, this is the current situation ongoing. I'm not sure how long this is going to last. It could go on for hours at this pace until he decides he wants to give himself up, surrender, and all that. So looks like someone else is now leaving with police. It was inside the home. And they've got some units there. Look like a big armored RV. I've seen armored trucks and vehicles before, but I don't think I've ever seen an armored RV or bus. Of course, in California, there's been a lot of activity with movement. I just covered in another video on Dabu77. And I have no exact word on what was inside the bag that he threw out. Now, word on the back channels is that some of these Trump events may get targeted for some kind of whatever. These staged events they try to pull with these fake protesters and everything else. We know that the BLM had backed out of the conventions, both of them, for the most part. And they were waiting to really start taking action when Trump and Hillary started going head to head. Now, the first debate between them for this presidential election is going to be in NY. Who knows what's going to happen around that setting? The second one is going to be in St. Louis. I just got a feeling that there's going to be something going on when it comes to St. Louis with all this attention, these two in town debating. It's just almost something you can guarantee. Especially knowing where there's legions of the Black Lives Matter movement from that they can deploy to do things. And then the final is going to be in Vegas. And as you can see here, it looks like they're interviewing another woman on the side of the building. Plenty of nice rides and hot rods sitting out here in the sunshine outside of his Tarzana home. I believe that's where they stated this is at. They initially said LAPD showed up here, but if it's in Tarzana, they probably have all kinds of different units. Now, once I do shut this down, unless they shut down their feed, if they're still going, I will leave a link in the description box so you guys can jump over here and finish watching this. It doesn't look to be a tense standoff, so to speak. See what they're saying here.
We had so many shares. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It was over 170,000 shares that people were sharing the post. So, I mean, this is something that we've never seen before as far as in a coverage mode for a breaking news event.
Right. I mean, a lot of people interested, a lot of people that are Chris Brown fans that want to make sure that musician they respect is treated fairly, treated okay. And there's also people that are just very interested in the news element of it. Maybe they don't like Chris Brown. Maybe they want to see what happens.
Yes.
They want to see how this plays out. So bringing you nonstop continuous coverage here on Fox 10 News now. Just want to make a note, those of you who didn't join us during our earlier coverage, Chris Brown did post 3 videos on his Instagram feed earlier this morning. I wanted to play them for you here on air, but there's a bit too much profanity.
Yeah.
But you guys can check it out for yourself. Just search Chris Brown Official on Instagram. You'll be able to watch it there. But basically, Chris Brown talking about how he's being unfairly portrayed as the villain and how people need to focus on his music and that he's a good guy, he's a father. Ray J, a friend of his, also coming out, posting a video on Instagram.
Yes.
Saying that, these accusations are false, siding with Chris Brown. Ray J was actually at Chris Brown's home last night, according to TMZ. He was at Chris Brown's home. He was getting a tattoo. When he left the home, he spoke with police, but he wasn't allowed to take his car, so he had to Uber home. Police apparently saying that.
All right. I guess this is going to be a mic check to see if people can hear me. I'd be damned if I've been doing this stream the whole time and people can't hear me. Getting a mic check. Can you guys hear me on my mic? All right. Thanks for the feedback, guys.
A statement like that, because we haven't heard from police yet. All I can do is present the facts to you guys, and hopefully you'll be able to make,
well, just as many
your own decision.
Chris Brown fans that there are, that there's so many more anti-Chris Brown,
I don't
as
know if
well.
there are more.
Well, not more, but they go around the block too.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't like Chris Brown. There are a lot of people who really like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Chris Brown in concert, and I've seen those fans. They're very diehard.
Well, it's a very
really
polarizing figure right now, especially, since whatever happened back in 2009 with Rihanna.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Right.
We will continue to, as we see more and more investigators pour out of the house here.
Right. A lot of people there. Chris Brown's lawyer, present as well, legal team. A lot is happening. It's very unclear what exactly is going on.
Sure, yeah, a lot of activity.
At this given moment.
A lot of activity.
A lot of people are just like, it has to be something serious, because why would these many officers
have this much attention?
Be involved in a situation that has no merit?
Yes.
And I can see how those comments make some sense. So again, guys, I'm not here to speculate. We're just here to show you these live aerials, tell you what we're hearing, read some comments on Twitter, and wait for that press conference. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
LAPD will give us an update momentarily. They held a press conference outside of Chris Brown's Tarzana home during the 11 o'clock hour. So it's been about 3 hours since we've gotten a proper police update. So it should be any minute, truthfully. We should be getting another update from LAPD.
But when you look at the
So what I'm going to do, guys, is leave a link in the description box so everyone can go over and finish watching the live stream. And if you guys want to keep track with their commentary there, you guys can. I know that they have no chat open for that live stream. But I at least wanted to get some coverage out there and let people see what was going on. And also retest this XSplit. As a reminder, now that I know people can hear me, I will be going live here in about an hour. I got to get everything set up. We're going to make sure we've got coverage on these rallies. In case anything pops off, we'll have someone there in the shadows watching. And that's what's up. And if any of you out there got something to stream and want to get it out there and want me to help, get at me, dabu7@yahoo.com. You can also find me on Twitter, dabu7. The Underground World News on Facebook. And, of course, undergroundworldnews.com is the website where you can find a lot of our work. But these are the latest images here, and I'm going to shut this stream down here shortly and get ready. Let me see here. All right. Am I a little bit louder there? I'm going to have to go back and watch this and listen to the audio myself just to see what it sounds like before I go live on this next one. So, got some things to do here. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in. For real. Shout outs to all the real cats out there. All of you. Much love. I see you, Brazil. South America. Israel. Alaska. Canada. Australia. All you cats out there in the UK, I see you. I'm going to shut it down. Eyes open here in about an hour. I'll be live again. It's been Dabu7.